So, yeah, it's definitely... Oh, no! Shane Smollen, the race and championship leader, all on his own under brakes for Dandenong Road. Fabian was just telling us how hard it is to get the thing stopped down there. That was living proof.
Now, Dean Campbell is stuck on the curb. That's the exit of turn number 1. Looks like he's beached the Lancer across the top. Awkward place to park the car. High curbs down that part of the track too.
Yep, lucky he's four-wheel drive, eh?
Yeah, it helps.
Doing what he did in race 1, just sticking the nose down the inside. Oh, Tony Levitt. I talked about the fact the AMG was a rocket ship in a straight line.
No.
Did not get stopped, and there's Tyler Mecklem takes evasive action. He's ended up well across on the infield. That was hairy. You touched on it earlier, Nolts, just the impressive series of laps late in the race. Oh, busy from the Commodore. Whew. Hold up the inside. Will there be a last lap dive from Shane Smollen? Will it come at turn 1? He's certainly got the run on Carl Begg, who just opens the steering and lets the Porsche slice through. On the final lap of the race, Shane Smollen squeezes past. I think he's going to be okay, Matt.
He gets in here. There'll be one park in between. Begg tries to go with him.
Oh.
No, there's contact in the middle between the Holden and McLaren. And that will be the race with a bit of controversy. Smollen will win and does it here at Sandown.
All right, let's have a look at the replay now, down into Dandenong Road corner.
Watching the white and red 99 car. Yeah, exit curb. Too much throttle.
As well.
Oh, no, and it's the 77 car. It was the leader in AFO 4.
You were just talking him up, weren't you, Krause?
Meanwhile, that's an engine cover that's come off the back of somebody's car. We can't tell who it is from the rear shot, but let's see if this elaborates further. That's Matt Rosler, the South Australian in the AFO2 class, which is for Formula Toyota cars and of New Zealand.
Looks like a Zeus fastener's come undone down the main straight, and then there was a bit of rubbing on the tyre. We'll have a look. That's your leader. He makes his way through, just overcooked it, lost the rear on entry into turn 1. It's a high commitment corner.
Oh, it's spat some flames, hasn't it? You can't really see your apex until you kind of arrive, and then the road starts to dip downhill and down. And if you lose, oh no, we've got a moment coming off the last corner there. Hopefully he can get that moving, otherwise that's going to bring out a safety car perhaps.
So Bailey Sweeney secures his first pole position. The monkey of P2 is off his back.
For the first time this weekend in Super Cheap Auto TCR at one of the great tracks, Sandown in Melbourne. They line it up, front wheel spin. Suter has a little trouble getting off the line, and there's a few of them going around him as they go down the main straight. Look at the Peugeot trying to sneak down the inside, on board with Will Brown. He's on the move too.
Watch ahead. I think D'Alberto made the best start of the guys, and he'll lead into turn number 1. I kept an eye out the window of the reigning champs Honda Civic, and he goes to the lead at a track we know Honda have had great success at. The car steps into turn 2 and 3. He's trying to cover off Aaron Cameron here. Parks it to the middle. You're in car with the Valvoline Peugeot number 18. Blistering start by D'Alberto. He needed that.
Now watch here for Bargwanna to go down the inside of Bailey Sweeney. Sweeney knows he can't fully turn back in. A little bit crossed up from Bargwanna. That's real smart driving from the pair of them. But Brown, you give him an opportunity like that, that is all the invitation he needs. Straight through.
Doesn't need a second invite, does he? And 2 positions there.
Place at the moment and lighting up our timing board. Brown looks out the window. Suter is there. They go side by side down the back straight. But Brown should be ideally placed when they get to... There's nothing in it between these two. Sweeney's there too. Is this about to get awkward? Who's going to give? Oh,
it won't be Will Brown. The 2 newest spec Audis glued to each other. Suter thought about it for a split second, but tucks back behind the Liquimoli Audi. He was out of shape, out to the guardrail left-hand side, and it's still not done. With Sweeney and Bargwanna, who might just win this, as Clay Richards' car gets pushed back into the garage.
It's given Tony D a little bit of breathing space, almost a second, Matt. Oh, wide. Brown goes wide up and over the curb, gets an awkward exit. So, Bargwanna on the grass, like a rally driver. Unbelievable, Ben Bargwanna. Look at Lockie Manif all crossed up in the background. He's going to come through here. Bargwanna in that Burson Auto Parts entry must have had all 4 wheels on the grass.
On the way through, D'Alberto's going to win this one. We stay in car with Will Brown. As to the checkered flag, Tony D'Alberto gets the championship back on trail. And the track is left to this pumped up field of Trans Am. We go racing for the first time this afternoon. They're 3 wide. Look at Morris in the super cheap auto car. Grice down the middle of the road. He might just lead this one. Moffat with the better line, but it's Grice that leads us into one. They rattle, they roll. Heyman to the inside, side by side with Moffat, and might just get the job done here.
The youngster taking so much confidence into this race, but Moffat's going to argue it, and he just draws ahead. And look who comes into it as well. Elliot Barber gets the slingshot effect. So he'll be hoping that there's some sort of trip up. Now Moffat on the inside makes a move on Grice, gets the lead back. Heyman's going to go with him.
What a shot as Heyman now. Cheeky.
Whoa.
Cheeky.
Whoa.
Grice had no option but to go wide. And Barber gets him. Here comes the flash. And we'll get it. Grice will fight back and has the better line down to here. So the reversing beacon. Firing on the 0-3. Dalton. Keep the foot into it. And does. Championship, remember, he's got to think about. Josh Thomas is 11th with Stibbs, Crutcher. Ellie Morrow is 14th.
Whoa.
Off the track is Gillis. It's just nudged into that tyre barrier. Let's take a look at the replay of it, though. Behind was Lee Stibbs in the 66 Chevy Camaro. Contact. Yes, sir. Oh, almost this Crutcher and is that Hollinger behind as well?
Down to Dandenong Road corner. They're somehow behaving, but Morris goes on the inside, pushes alongside Barber. Moffat's going to win this one. Heyman is holding on to second position, so it's a good fight for third. Grice is trying to buy back into it as well. Extraordinary way to finish a one-lap dash. Well done to James Moffat. He gets the checkered flag and gets another win. Heyman on the podium and Morris.
Yeah, it's probably a good spot to be standing behind the debris fence, because here comes National Trans Am for your second instalment, the double dose, and Sandown Raceway is underway.
Moffat controls them. Look at the action on the inside as car number 5 got a little bit loose. Gillis could have been in big trouble there. James Moffat controls the field down to turn 1, and this time around he holds it, but he got a shove and a push from behind, and there is contact and spins at the back of the field. Mark Crutcher.
All of that. And down the 6 we go. Morris on the outside there. And we'll go wide. Across the dirt, across the marbles, on the grass. Scoops up the grass. And that's not going to help the radiator, even on a day like this.
At around about 2.5 seconds, contact Gillis and Barber. It had to happen, and it did happen. We knew that they were starting to get close. We knew that something was going to give, and that's exactly what happened. So this is a rejoin here, and this is not going to look pretty. Oh, look how close he is to the wall. On the exit of pit lane, if not onto the grass.
He does.
He does, yeah.
And there was some pretty dirty tyres now coming back on, so Webster being generous in his approach at the rejoin. The red, white and blue All-American Driveline Auto Parts car, but look at Elliott clearing the teenager to the outside. It's dirty. And he might need to hand that back, and does.
It does.
Away we go, and racing. Bargwanna gets a bit of wheel spin to Crailsy's point. Not quite able to get by him, but a ripping start by Policina. Up into second.
Ray Hislop did not get his car off the line at all. The XFPR Falcon, another retro liveried car. Down the inside of Tony Ordino at 6. Nice move, Policina. Jim gets down the inside. It's raining down at Dandenong Road. Look how wet it is down there. And Jude Bargwanna, the pioneer, no idea of the traction. Evangelou trying to get past as well. Jude's going nowhere. Did these two gamble on a wet? I wonder. Thanks for the update, Fabian Coulthard. Appreciate that. Oh, big lock up for Jamie Tilley. Can he get the thing through turn 1 without dropping it too far off? He can't. Race leader chucks it away. And that hands the point back to Jude Bargwanna, who, remember, feels like an eternity ago now, led the field into turn 1. Built. They're running cars.
Oh, no! Bargwanna's off. Jude Barkwana is off at turn 4. Can he get that out of there?
So all of a sudden, this championship well and truly alive. Only 5 races to go after this one. 2 tomorrow, 3 at Bathurst. And Jamie Tilley now finds himself 7 points away from the Kumo Series lead with a win in race 1 at Sandown.